Hello, guys. Today I wanted to talk about the psychosocial and social emotional development theories. So I made a presentation and I hope you guys like it. So the first theory I want to talk about is Erik Erikson's psychosocial development theory. So Erikson's theory emphasized the role of culture and society in the development of personality. Growth and personality are a constant development throughout one's lives. Erikson proposed 8 different stages of psychosocial development where individuals encounter differences between the individual and societal needs. Resolving these differences will lead the individual to develop a healthy personality and acquire virtues. Failure to resolve these differences will lead to an unhealthy personality. So we're going to go ahead and cover the 8 stages in Erikson's theory. So the first stage, you have a conflict between trust and mistrust. So this stage occurs during the first year of life, where babies seek consistent care and stability from parents or primary caregivers. This is the stage where babies or infants develop a sense of security, and they also develop the virtues of hope by establishing that security with their caregivers. And failure to develop the virtue of hope can lead to suspicion, fear, and mistrust in the future. Let's go over the second stage. So the second stage is the conflict between autonomy and doubt. So this happens around the second year of life, where children they start to learn autonomy. They start becoming independent, and by having parents providing the protective and encouraging environment, the children can also develop a personal will. If the child is overly criticized or controlled, the child can develop shame. That would be one of the consequences of an unhealthy environment for the child during this stage. Here's the third stage. This one is the conflict between initiative and guilt. So this one happens around 3 to 5 years of age, where the children begin to interact with other children, either at school or at park or at different environments. The children also begin to ask questions and to develop a purpose. If the child is overly criticized or controlled, the child will develop a sense of guilt and a sense of inadequacy. And even though guilt, for the most part, can be seen as a negative thing to have, it's also, some of it is necessary in order to develop some self-control. Here's the fourth stage. So this one is the conflict between industry and inferiority. So this one happens for children around in elementary school, so 6 to 12 years of age. And this is where teachers start taking an important part in the child's development. So this is where children begin to seek approval from others. They gain pride from their accomplishments and skills, and as a result, they develop competence. Okay. Failure to establish competence during this stage can lead to a sense of inferiority. Here's the fifth stage. So the conflict between identity versus role confusion. So this one happens around the ages of 12 and 18, so middle school and high school, where teenagers transition from childhood to adulthood. Body image becomes important during this stage, and also teenagers begin to explore their identity and their role in adulthood and society. Teenagers develop fidelity, which is the ability to see oneself as a unique and integrated individual. Okay, failure to establish fidelity or to resolve the conflict can lead to a rebellion. Okay, here's the sixth stage of the conflict between intimacy versus isolation. So this is like young adults, ranging around the age of 18 to 40. So this is where individuals begin to explore and invest in loving relationships. And inability to form those meaningful relationships can lead to isolation and unhappiness. Here's the seventh stage. So this one is the conflicts between generativity versus stagnation. So this one happens for middle-aged adults, around 40 to 65 years, where adults begin to make their families the center of their lives. Individuals begin to increasingly care for others. And generativity refers to the need to guide or nurture others and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. So this is where other people begin to become more important in one's lives, where adults start beginning to invest more on their children, more on society than themselves. Here's the 8th stage, integrity versus despair. So this is the last stage in Erikson's theory. So it occurs for people who are around 65 and older, where this is the stage where individuals begin to reflect on their lives. And this is the stage where they can also develop wisdom by looking back at their lives with a sense of closure and completeness. They may feel guilt or regrets over their past, also as a consequence of that reflection. And, if an adult has a lot of regrets and guilt from their past, it can also lead to despair. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the social emotional development theory. So the social emotional development theory refers to the child's experience, expression, and management of emotions and the ability to establish meaningful relationships with others. Healthy social emotional development for infants unfolds through ongoing relationships with familiar, nurturing adults. Through responsive support from caregivers, infants begin to regulate their emotions and to develop a sense of predictability, safety, and responsiveness in their social environments. So, this article that we read, we talked about how children who exhibit a healthy social, emotional, and behavioral adjustment have better academic performance on average. And this was tested on middle school students. Infants develop self-efficacy, an emerging understanding of their abilities and capability to make things happen. In other words, they develop competency. At an early age, infants also develop the capacity to experience the emotional or psychological state of another person. In other words, empathy. And finally, children also develop emotion regulation, impulse control, and social understanding. They develop the capacity to regulate their emotions, to control those emotions and feelings, or any impulsive behavior. And also they develop social understanding. They're able to understand their peers, societal expectations, what adults expect from them. And that's it. Those are the theories. All right. See you guys next time.